Okay. No.
Prime Minister will continue to work together. We will continue to work together. And you see the way contractors are looking. Many of them they believe, because we cannot talk to you. They don't know why we decided what we will be doing. It's because we are our colleagues. Everybody said, I will look into their eyes and tell you what they're doing is wrong, and I'll be doing it. So these contractors, they do why they are not appearing before the committee? The managing director of that access. But when we school you, you see that he's not doing the job. We are doing our job. We don't look for anything from him. We can even go back to their side, even without the minister, because of our constitutional development and standing order of the Senate. But look at what we are doing. You'll be able to expose our constitution. The people are hearing it. Continue. This president was succeed. I am of the People's Democratic Party. I keep telling everybody. But I don't think I have any choice. On camera anywhere. We are one now. I am supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu for continuation in 2027 because of what he's doing. Nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me. Because who can finish the Lagos Barrage road? Who can finish all the things we are seeing, the coastal road? We are not doing much in Port Harcourt. So if I decide not to allow it, Port Harcourt people will be after the Lagos to that side. Everybody says the president must continue. He will seek the election. I will even go and meet him. He will do it. PDP has adopted.
Yeah, they are doing very well. They are supporting the president. They see the good work the president is doing. It's very rare for a president to agree to continue all projects of his, predecessor. And this Senate, you saw the chairman of the Senate Committee Works, who is PDP, yes, moving a motion that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must continue in 2027 so that he can complete all these projects. Because he's saying that he's not sure of any other president who will have the courage to complete this project. So I'm very much happy because we are on the same platform, pushing these contractors on inherited projects to see that these projects are completed.
You see, but you said some contractors are playing politics. What type of politics are they playing?
Politics of money and no work. Yes. But we are fighting. I'm David. David fought many wars. Yes. So I'm not giving up. I'm fighting. And they're fighting very, very seriously. They're fighting through stakeholders, fighting through you press, but I will not give up. Because the man behind us, the Aswaju of this world, is a man of courage. And when he appoints you, he gives you all the backing. And he gives you all the support to succeed. And that's why I will not give up. I will continue. So far he has not told me to mellow down on our push to get value for money. We will not. And if it's the number one stakeholder. So if it's not meddling with the affairs of Minister of Works, no any other person will be qualified to meddle with the Minister of Works in terms of getting these contractors back to work to complete the projects they have collected money for.
On indigenous contractors,
Yeah, that is another, chapter that the president is going to enact. He has directed that we give support to serious indigenous contractors. Because you see some of these expatriate contractors, some of them, they have up to 20 projects. They have no equipment, they have no personnel. And so we have to grow our own, contractors because of the number of projects we've inherited. But under the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if we don't see equipment, we don't see personnel, you will not get job under him. Yes.
There is a lot of controversy on the Calabar coastal road project.
He is born out of envy and jealous. How can a man have a dream 25 years ago as a governor, and then God gave him the divine, opportunity to actualize the dream? There is envy and jealous. The people that are envying him never believe that he can turn around the economy. and it takes God for him to turn out. There's no decision taken by the president that has ever failed, including this tax reform bill. When people, stop the suspicion and digest it very well, they will know it's a catalyst for the growth of every state in this country.
I'm talking of the controversy on the diversion of the road to some those demolished structures and the investors. You had a meeting with them recently.
What do you mean by diversion of the roads? We got to kilometer 16, where we have the African, to Africa, cable that came from the ocean. And we have the MTM cable. And then if we continue on that axis on kilometer 16, we'll be destroying that cable. And you're witnesses of the fact that there was a time we had problem of network, from West African coast, and then no network was working. So what people are doing is that there's little patriotism in this country, So it is safer and better and cheaper for me to go along that coast. But it is very terrible for not only in Nigeria, but other West African countries where these cables are, passing through. So we had to divert the road at kilometer 16. And then we reappeared in kilometer 24. And unfortunately for these people that are talking, it's bare land. No houses are there. Even the Oba of Lagos, his land is affected. And he spoke to the president. President said, no, Oba, it is for development. So if Oba can give his empty land, who else? And those who are fighting for this land are not even the indigenous of Lagos, even though it doesn't matter. But you can't be more Catholic than Pope.
So if structure was demolished?
No structure was demolished. It's a bare land. They will say, oh, they put sharp sand on this, oh, they did, So it's a bare land. I know the woman behind it. There's nothing she has not been talking, playing all kinds of politics, but I'm equal to the task. I'm a man of courage, so we are passing that road there, and nothing will stop it.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Ministers and our invited guests. A formal motion has been moved and due seconded. I want to find out from my colleagues if we have any other counter motion to that effect. So if there is no counter motion, those that support that Mr. Julius Berger be produced tomorrow, the managing director of Julius Berger be produced tomorrow to appear before us, latest by 12 noon tomorrow. Those that are in support say yay. Yeah. Those against say nay. The yay has it. Honorable Minister, I want to really thank you, but to be candid, maybe you are here or not. Julius Berger must have to be here. This constant ignorance or ignoring of someone or appearing before us, that is why they are taking to that level of what they are doing. Distinguished colleagues, I think this meeting is formally called to order. At this point, this is an opening remark by me over the committee and from the Committee of Works during the rescheduled investigative hearing on the Odukbani, Ikotekwene, and other sections ending at Benin, including the Odukbani into highway, the Eke bypass, Port Harcourt, Ahoda, Kayama, and Port Harcourt One Junction sections of the East-West Road, held on the Thursday, the 5th of December 2024, at the National Assembly. Distinguished colleagues, esteemed guests, especially our Honorable Minister, who happen to be part of us, and stakeholders, and our contractors, because we call you our contractors, but the mere fact that it is from our taxpayers' money, including my money I pay here, that they are being deployed to the roads. It is an honor to address this distinguished gathering on the state of our nation's infrastructure, with a focus on the Odukbani Ikotekwene to Aba and other sections ending at Benin, particularly the Odukbani Into Highway, and other sections of the East-West Road, two critical arteries for our economic and social development. First of all, let me extend my deep gratitude to His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with the Renew Hope agenda, through which we are having what the minister is doing as concrete revolution. We also want to extend our distinguished support and with the good will the Senate President, Dr. Gosio Obotakpabio, for his exemplary leadership and unwavering commitment. His Excellency was present throughout his hearing, this hearing last week. His president underscoring the significance of this matter and the need for immediate action. Thank you. At this point, I must commend the Honorable Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi. We are not biased, but because of what he is doing, his leadership and revolutionary approach to highway development, which has been aptly referred as the concrete revolution, his effort to integrate durable and sustainable concrete pavement technology into Nigeria's road network has set a new standard for infrastructural delivery in the country. That everybody is saying is practical. In addition to his technical innovation, Senator Umahi has demonstrated some remarkable decisiveness in identifying and addressing non-performing contractors. His actions in revoking underperforming agreements and ensuring that public funds are redirected to more capable contractors reflect a deep commitment to the renewal agenda of this administration of Mr. President. This agenda prioritizes infrastructure as the backbone of economic revitalization, and we in the Senate will continue to support every step taken to ensure that this succeeds. The Senate is prepared to fully back actions that hold contractors accountable and put an end to practices that, whether by design or by accident, delay the impact of this administration infrastructural delivery goal. The people of this nation deserve better, and we will ensure that stakeholders at all levels uphold their responsibilities. Now, the Odukpani-Itu Highway is not just a road. It is a lifeline for the South-South region and beyond. It facilitates the evacuation of development minerals like chippings and other aggregates, serves as a strategic corridor for the transportation of agricultural and petroleum products, and sustains the socio-economic activities of countless Nigerians. Yet, it is deplorable. Condition has resulted in devastating consequences. Previous lives have been lost, not just on the highway, but also among those forced to seek alternative routes through treacherous river crossing. Honorable Minister, last time we observed a minute silence here for about 5 persons that lost their life because of their unable to use that road, and they decided to use a bypass from Akwa Ibom to cross river using the water. A lady delivered in a vehicle in that place, and even to get a motorcycle to move that lady from there to the nearby hospital, they still stayed on the road for 5 hours. So that is how that road looks like for now. The tragic accident near the Mini-Itu Bridge head in Odukpani local government area, which claimed 5 lives, is a stark reminder of the urgency of this issue. This project, first awarded in 1975 during a military administration, has remained incomplete for nearly 50 years. It was segmented and awarded to 3 contractors: Julius Berger Nigeria Limited, PSC, not here, Samatech Nigeria Limited, and CCECC Nigeria Limited. While Samatech, sandwiched between Julius Berger and CCEC, appears more poised to deliver its section, the other 2 contractors, not until recently that CCECC are showing their force. Julius Berger has not time at all giving any alarming but a dictative policy towards you must have to agree on Julius Berger's price. Thank you, Honorable Minister. We've been told their job has been terminated, But what happened to the taxpayers' money that is still with them? They need to account for it before this committee. This discrepancy raises questions about the initial allocation of section and the oversight mechanism in place. If funds have been released without corresponding progress, mechanism for refunds must be instituted, and the contracts for underperforming sections reconsidered and possibly awarded to more capable entities. The other issue is the overall concept of the East-West Road, which is equally critical, spanning over 38 kilometers, connecting Warri in Delta State to Oron in Akwa Ibom State. It also traverses key economic zones in Bayelsa, Rivers State, Delta, up to Edo. Conceived in the 1970s, this project was intended to drive socio-economic development across the Niger Delta and Southeast. Despite its promise, this road has become an emblem of neglect and inefficiency. For example, the 15-kilometer Eleme-One interchange, a hub of significant national importers like Eleme Petrochemical, over 100 and something companies at the oil and gas refineries, and the deep sea port remains incomplete despite substantiveness of the investment. Honorable Ministers, of recent, we are celebrating the Port Harcourt refinery for the production. How can these independent marketers get to that place? I came from Eleme about 3 days ago. Honorable Minister, I can tell you the number of trailers that are parked on the road. Thank God he is here. Most of our sites at that road is almost like being abandoned. And the reason for being abandoned, I want to know. And thank God RCC is here. Because I know to what extent the Ogoni people and the people of Cross River and Akwa Ibom, that has been our alternative route. I have apologized twice to the Senate President over that road because I led a team of the Ogoni people to see the then President to move this road away from the Ministry of Niger Delta to the Ministry of Works. Perhaps today, the Ministry of Niger Delta would have finished their work. Thank God, it is still Akpabio that want to finish this work again. I've apologized to him publicly in church everywhere because I don't know when a lawyer will stand to say he was parading as a minister. But thank God there's an engineer today parading himself as a Minister of Works. Mr. Minister, that road is of very, very high importance to the people of Nigeria. Contractors, including ROCC, have received substantial funds, and we want to hear, including the 15 billion, 33 billion that was injected into this project, yet delivery remains elusive. It remains elusive. We are not seeing. What we are only seeing is that lane of road, concrete. I am from the place. The other stretch of the East-West Road has contractors like ROCC, again, Cetraco, Jito, who have been paid billions, yet the pace of work is so far. My friend from Cetraco, he has a section of that road. And we don't know whether NDDC of recently the palliative works still on the sections of some of the roads that most of these contractors claim they have worked. So we don't know why all these things is happening within the Niger Delta. They have to really clarify most of these things. Under the Renew Hope agenda of this administration, infrastructure development is rightly prioritized as the backbone of economic revitalization. Both the Odukbani-Itu Highway and the East-West Road align with this vision. Other parts of the country, the Ogomosho Road and all these, the Propauchi, remains a priority to us. However, to achieve these goals, all stakeholders, including the Ministry of Works, contractors, and relevant agencies, must be held accountable. Public funds must be utilized effectively and transparently, and where performance falls short, refunds or sanctions should be enforced. Honorable Minister, the committee, as we sit down here, will resolve to back you up. This time that contractors, instead of them being on their gym, to be at the side, they are all wearing suits, to be in major stakeholders' offices, to give them and think of how much is their cost. That thing must not continue again. Must not continue. We envy you most of the time, moving across the coastal road, moving into the creeks. For how many of them are prepared? You won't even see some equipment. This is not merely a matter of construction, but a matter of national survival and progress. The people of the South-South region, and indeed all Nigerians, deserve infrastructure to meet their needs and ensure their safety. The Senate will continue to exercise its oversight function to ensure these critical projects are delivered on time and to the highest standard. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. At this point in time, I think we have to start with the Itu Road before we come down there. So, the first contractor that is handling the Itu Road, the CCECC from the Ikotekpene axis, the MD, over to you here.